The times LeBron James humiliated his opponent. LeBron James is going to go down as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Whether you have him as your GOAT, second to Jordan, or in your top 10, the fact of the matter is that people will be talking about James for years and years to come. When you are that great, there are going to be times that you get the best of your opponents. So what are some times LeBron James humiliated his opponents? Keep watching to find out. LeBron annihilates Jason Terry. Back in the 2011 finals, Jason Terry openly questioned whether LeBron could guard him in the finals. While the Mavericks went on to pull off one of the biggest upsets in finals history, it was a comment that LeBron would never forget. Later, Terry would go on and sign with the Boston Celtics. Going into the Heat's game with the Celtics, the Heat were on a 23-game win streak. Terry spoke out before the game claiming he was not at all that impressed with anything the Heat did. Mid-second quarter of the game with the Celtics up, Terry made a good defensive play and steals the ball. Unfortunately, as he gathers the ball and heads up, Dwayne Wade comes from behind and pokes the ball out of his hands, and it goes right to Mario Chalmers. Terry scrambles back and tries to play defense as the Heat perfectly execute a passing play that leads to LeBron mega dunking on Terry while he was under the basket. To make matters worse, Terry is charged with a blocking foul as well. LeBron even just stares at Terry as he lays on the ground. Even after the games, LeBron admits that it was a great dunk and that it was even sweeter that it was on Terry. That is cold. LeBron owns the Raptors. There was not a team that was happier to see LeBron to go west than the Toronto Raptors. There was an era in Raptors history that will be told of how they had such a good team and would always be bested by LeBron in the finals. The first time they played him, they lost in a respectable 6 games. The next 2 times they played each other, he would humiliate them even more. There were times in those games where LeBron would go through his free throw routine while Serge Ibaka was guarding him at the 3-point line. LeBron would skip around the court, fake drink beers, and put daggers in the Raptors time after time. The Raptors were a good team in those years, but no one took them seriously because everyone knew that they would eventually lose to LeBron. In the end, it worked out for Toronto as LeBron went west and the Raptors traded for Kawhi and won their first title. But one man owning a franchise like that is never something that isn't embarrassing. LeBron sends ball back to Angola. In the revenge tour of Team USA, there was a game against the country Angola. Now, this was a mismatch to begin with anyway. With Team USA up 12 in the second quarter, the Angola player is trying to back his way to the basket. LeBron leaves his man at the top of the key and blocks the player's shot. That might not seem that bad, but LeBron nearly destroys the man and blows up the ball. He blocked it so hard. He even did his patented look back afterwards. All the Angola player could do was just sit there and look dejected. The worst part is that was the player's first time on the big stage. LeBron shrugs off Smart. Marcus Smart is known for his antics of being a tough defender, flopping, and trying to pick fights with his opponents. In a game against the Celtics with the Cavs nearly up 20 late in the third quarter, Smart is switched onto LeBron. Being bigger, LeBron posts him up and backs him towards the basket. He then proceeds to spin and make a move towards the basket. Mark tries to take a charge but is called for the blocking foul instead. He proceeds to get up and come at LeBron. LeBron humiliates him by just walking away and making a suggestion like he was asking, "Who the hell is that guy?" That cannot be a fun feeling for a player to have when their opponent is acting like they don't even know who you are. LeBron rejects Curry. The 2016 finals were humiliating for the Golden State Warriors in a lot of ways. The number one reason, of course, because they were the first team to blow a 3-1 lead in the finals. For Steph Curry, he got his own humiliation from LeBron in Game 6 of those finals. With the Cavs up 13 late in the game, Curry gets a switch for LeBron to guard him. He drives the lane and then fakes it as if he's going to go with his right hand. LeBron does not bite and proceeds to block Curry's left-handed attempt with ease. This doesn't seem that bad, but it is when LeBron looks back at Curry and says some things to him that makes it humiliating for Curry. That play was the epitome of the series. The Warriors doing whatever they could to get by LeBron, and LeBron having none of it while thwarting their championship aspirations. While some will say that Curry got the last laugh as he beat LeBron 3 out of 4 times in the finals, that play in the epic collapse is something that will follow Curry and the Warriors for the rest of time. There you have it. Those were the times when LeBron James humiliated his opponents. What did you think? Were there any plays we missed? Comment below and tell us what you thought and any plays you think that we may have missed. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.